You've also done the other song, produced the song Keep On Walking. What's the meaning behind of that song?
Keep On Walking. Keep On Walking is a song about being in something, whether it's a job situation, a friendship, a relationship, it's basically being in something that you know you really shouldn't be in, and you should get out of it, but you stay in it because it's either really convenient, or you don't have the strength to leave, or you're just confused. And it's basically tells of the sort of qualms of being stuck in that situation, which I think, most teenagers, most people, I think everybody goes through something similar. Like I said, any part of their life is applicable to that.
Now, I understand you had a TV appearance where you sang a song live as well, called Crazy.
Yeah.
What was that like?
That was here in Portugal. That was my first TV appearance. Actually, I've been on TV before. I was on Blue Peter actually when I was 12. I don't know if they still air it in the UK, but that was my first experience with TV. But actually, singing for my career was in June of 2007, when I was invited to play on a TV show here in Portugal, just to play in a little interview, and I played Crazy. I don't know why. The single wasn't out. Nobody knew about me, so I just played, a song that I really liked.
Well, we've got Laura that wants to ask you a little question now. Go ahead, Laura. Ask
Hi, Laura.
Question.
Hey, you study economics at Kent. Why did you choose economics and not a media degree?
I chose economics, actually, Laura, because I figured that if I didn't make it anywhere in music, that I'd actually quite like to be an economist. At school I did it in my IB, which I think in England is sort of the equivalent to the A-levels. I did economics, and I really, really enjoyed it. I was never really good at business, but economics I had a knack for. So I decided, I want to go to the university. I want to get a degree. So what am I going to study? And I figured, I already have a plan A. So if we need a plan B, what do we want to do? So I just chose economics.
Yeah, so like a backup plan.
Yeah, I think it's important. And, I put a lot of weight on education. I think education is really important. And to be honest, I was, just turned 18 when I went to university. So to be fair, I finished my degree when I was just on the verge of 21. So to me, I felt like, why rush it? I'm so young. I've got time, and I'd really like to have a degree. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was Laura. That was somebody who co-hosts with me now and again on the radio. We've got a couple of other questions. But before we get round to those, are you assigned by a record label, or do you have any intentions of getting signed by a record label yet?
I'm signed to various other aspects of, what a label would generally provide. I've got a publisher, and all sorts of things like that. But I'm not actually signed to a record label. No, I'm not signed. And at the moment, I'm actually doing quite well. I really like the way my life and career has shaped up, and I feel very content with the structure that my team works under right now. I mean, we're a very close team. We're always constantly communicating. We have very good ties, and we all pull our weight and have, make the most effort. So for me, it's actually doing pretty well. And as they say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's the very true saying, actually. Moving on to a listener question then. It's from Danny in Wrexham, which is another part of Wales. What was your reaction to the tragic news of Michael Jackson?
Oh, I was glued to the TV. I mean, I was here in Portugal at the time, and I remember going in to, I think, my parents' bedroom where the TV was on, and I saw the news, and I really couldn't believe it. I don't think anybody could really believe it. I mean, it's Michael Jackson, and I was just so astonished, and it was really sad. It really is. It's, unfortunate because, being an artist, I know what it's like to be preparing to go on tour, and he was preparing to go on tour, and so many people, it was such a hype about his London gigs, and I think it's just it's a tragic shame.
The last listener question is, which Kylie Minogue song is your favourite?
I really like Kylie's stuff. I've actually been listening to lately I've been listening to In My Arms, but I think my favorite is probably her classic Spinning Around. I really like that song. I think that's what it's called. I'm not really good with song names, but I think it's called.
And have you got any other songs or singles that you've got lined up that's coming out?
There's a lot of stuff up for download. I really like to give a lot of my music away to the fans. I think it's important for them to be able to have it, at the click of a button or click of a download. So a lot of the stuff is, a lot of the studio stuff actually off the album which is actually being recorded, is on MySpace. You can download Keep On Walking. I'm not sure, I have to double check. You can download In My Place at least off iTunes. You can also download them too. Playgrounds and Kisses, the YouTube video, also has a link to the free download of the song in the information box. And so a lot of my music is up for free download, and so the singles that are coming out are kind of based on the singles that we think we'd like to put on radio, or that will be played.
And last question then, this is a question from me, don't panic, it's not that bad. If your music career was to fall and you couldn't sing again, I know you have the economics degree, but after putting your eggs and actually finding what music is all about, and you really enjoy it, what would you actually do if basically there was not enough space in the market for you to sing?
I would, that's not an unusual question. I've been asked that a lot. It really is the reason that I took economics, because that I wouldn't want, that to happen, and I know that's a very real possibility, and I really wouldn't want that to happen and then have to think, I'm, whatever, X years old, and this hasn't worked out, and I'm left with nothing to do. Eventually I'd like to take a master's. I don't know if I'll have time for that, but I'd really like to do that, even if when I'm still doing music. But I'd actually really like to work in the European Union or the United Nations, doing something in like international trade, or I actually have thought about that. I'd really like, and I'd like to do that anyway down the line. I'd like to do a lot of things, Nathan.
Anna Free, you've been an absolute star. Thanks for joining us on GCRFM.
Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon.
Thank you. That was Anna Free for you.